Nightmares, those unsettling, vivid dreams that jolt you awake, heart racing, leaving behind a lingering sense of fear. We've all experienced them, but have you ever wondered why they happen? There's something deeply disturbing about recurring nightmares, the kind that seem to follow you, night after night. They feel too real to ignore, almost as if they're trying to tell you something. Is it all in your mind, or is there something more frightening going on beneath the surface? That's the question we're going to dive into. Some say nightmares are just a byproduct of stress or anxiety, but what if they're a message, something far more profound and spiritual? You might have heard scientific theories that explain the mechanics of dreams, but here's the twist: nightmares could also be a warning, a signal from forces you can't see. Curious? Keep watching, because we're about to unravel the mystery behind those terrifying dreams, exploring both the scientific and metaphysical reasons for why they happen. Are you ready to find out the truth? Sleep disorders. Sleep can be a refuge, but for those dealing with disorders like sleep apnea, insomnia, or restless leg syndrome, it often becomes a battleground. These conditions disrupt the natural rhythm of rest, pushing the mind into states of heightened stress, which creates fertile ground for nightmares. Imagine lying in bed, feeling the weight of exhaustion, yet unable to drift into peaceful sleep. Instead, you're haunted by terrifying dreams that leave you waking up in a cold sweat. Science tells us that disturbed sleep cycles can trigger these distressing experiences, but is that the only explanation? For some, recurring nightmares feel far too vivid and emotional to be simply explained by medical conditions. They come with a sense of dread, leaving the dreamer questioning what they mean and why they keep happening. Perhaps these nightmares aren't just the result of biological disruptions, perhaps they carry a deeper, hidden meaning. Sleep disorders might open a door, but what if it's also about the emotional and spiritual turmoil within? The mystery grows deeper when these dreams feel strangely connected to unresolved fears, past events, or even unexplainable sensations. But how can one break free from this cycle? Identifying the sleep disorder and managing it can reduce the frequency of nightmares, but it's only one part of the solution. For those plagued by these vivid experiences, there might be more at play. Perhaps the emotions suppressed during waking hours are breaking through when the body rests. Could controlling our sleep patterns also help us control what we experience during the night? What if nightmares are more than just random images, but messengers calling for attention to something deeper? Negative spiritual influences. Some believe that nightmares go beyond the physical, into the spiritual realm, where unseen forces might be at play. In various spiritual traditions, recurring nightmares are seen as signs that negative entities or energies are trying to influence or disrupt your spiritual path. These forces, often feeding off fear and emotional vulnerability, may use nightmares to weaken your energy or lead you astray. Imagine being caught in a web of nightmares, feeling an overwhelming presence, as though something is watching or feeding off your distress. Could this be a sign that something darker is interfering with your subconscious mind? Spiritual protection against these nightmares often involves rituals that create a barrier against these negative forces. People turn to crystals like black tourmaline or amethyst, known for their protective properties, to shield their energy while they sleep. Others use prayers, incantations, or protective symbols placed around their sleeping area to ward off these spiritual disturbances. These methods aren't just superstitions, they are tools to reclaim control over your spiritual energy, reinforcing the belief that nightmares can be more than psychological, they could be a spiritual battleground. But how can one be sure these entities are responsible for their recurring nightmares? The line between emotional distress and spiritual interference can blur, but paying attention to patterns might reveal the truth. If nightmares feel overwhelmingly dark or provoke a deep sense of fear, exploring spiritual protection might be worth considering. Could it be that shielding yourself spiritually might reduce the frequency of these nightmares? And what if your nightmares are calling you to strengthen your energy, preparing you for an even greater spiritual journey? Cognitive affective processing. Nightmares often feel chaotic, but they may serve a deeper purpose in the brain's cognitive and emotional processing. When the mind struggles to cope with emotional experiences during the day, those unresolved feelings might surface at night, manifesting as nightmares. Picture this: you're overwhelmed with stress or anxiety, but instead of resolving those emotions, they find their way into your dreams. In this state, the brain uses nightmares as a tool to process what couldn't be addressed during waking hours. It's almost as if the mind is trying to cleanse itself, using dreams as a release valve for built-up tension. But why do these nightmares feel so intense, so vivid? When daytime coping mechanisms fail, the subconscious takes over, amplifying the emotional charge of those unresolved experiences. Fear, sadness, and frustration may transform into the unsettling images that haunt you in your sleep. It's as if the brain is saying, "You didn't handle this, so I'll deal with it here." This doesn't only happen with recent events; long-buried traumas or persistent worries can resurface through nightmares. Could this mean that healing emotionally could lead to a more peaceful night's rest? Understanding this link between emotions and nightmares opens up new possibilities for healing. If nightmares are the brain's way of processing unresolved issues, then addressing those emotions in waking life might reduce their impact during sleep. Techniques like journaling, meditation, or therapy can help unpack those bottled-up feelings. What if by actively working through emotional challenges, you could rewrite your nighttime experiences? Could it be that the key to fewer nightmares lies in better emotional regulation during the day? Messages from spirit guides or ancestors. In many cultures, nightmares are seen as more than just random images; they're viewed as direct messages from spirit guides, ancestors, or even other spiritual beings. These entities may be using your dreams to guide, warn, or nudge you towards something you've been ignoring. Imagine waking from a nightmare that felt so real, as if someone, or something, was trying to get your attention. Could it be that these nightmares aren't meant to harm but to help you confront parts of your life or spiritual journey that need your focus? Often, these dreams are steeped in symbolism. A recurring nightmare might not be just a scary event, but a coded message from your spiritual helpers, pushing you to notice patterns or warnings in your waking life. For example, seeing the same place or scenario repeatedly could be a sign to explore that aspect of your life more deeply. Interpreting these spiritual messages can lead to profound personal growth. It's not about fear, it's about listening. But how does one learn to decipher these messages? Tools like dream journaling or even speaking with spiritual mentors can help unravel the deeper meaning behind these unsettling dreams. Learning to recognize the spiritual layers of nightmares might turn fear into empowerment. These messages, while often disturbing, could offer you guidance on how to navigate challenges or make important decisions in your life. Could it be that what seems frightening is actually a call for action or change? By tuning into these spiritual messages, you may discover a deeper connection to your ancestors or guides. And if nightmares are, indeed, their way of communicating, what other insights could they be offering that you've yet to uncover? Medication side effects. Not all nightmares have spiritual or emotional roots; some might be triggered by medications you're taking. Certain drugs, particularly antidepressants, beta blockers, and antihypertensives, can alter brain chemistry, leading to more vivid and disturbing dreams. Imagine waking up in a panic, only to realize the intense nightmare was a side effect of the pills you took before bed. It's a strange reality where the very thing meant to help your health might be what's causing turmoil in your sleep. But what's going on behind the scenes in your brain to create such disturbing imagery? When medications affect neurotransmitters like serotonin or dopamine, they can disturb the normal sleep cycle, leading to heightened dream activity. This isn't just any dreaming, though; these vivid nightmares can feel all too real, leaving you unsettled even after waking. Medication-induced nightmares often have a different quality, almost like watching a movie on fast forward, with chaotic and unpredictable scenes. For those who experience this, it's not about emotions or spirituality, it's chemistry at work. Yet, understanding this can help manage the experience and reduce the confusion around why these dreams occur. So, what can you do if you suspect your medication is behind your nightmares? The first step is to talk to your doctor about the side effects you're experiencing, there might be alternative treatments that don't interfere with your sleep. Additionally, some have found success in reducing nightmares by adjusting the timing of their medication or practicing relaxation techniques before bed. Could balancing your health and dream life be as simple as fine-tuning your treatment? It's worth exploring if you've been caught in a cycle of medicated dreams that feel out of control. Past life memories. For those who believe in reincarnation, nightmares can sometimes be seen as echoes of unresolved experiences from past lives. These recurring nightmares, often filled with fear or trauma, may not just reflect current life stressors but rather memories from a life long forgotten. Picture a nightmare where you're caught in a scene that feels both foreign and familiar, as though you've lived it before. Could these dreams be a window into another time, carrying the weight of unfinished business from a past incarnation? This theory adds a layer of intrigue and mystery to the spiritual meaning of nightmares. The idea is that traumatic events from previous lives can imprint themselves on your soul, re-emerging when similar emotional patterns arise in your present life. It's as if these nightmares are reminders, signaling unresolved issues that span lifetimes. The concept of past life regression, where one explores memories of previous incarnations, has been used to heal these hidden wounds. By unlocking the deeper meaning of these nightmares, individuals may find peace not just in this life but across many lifetimes. Could these terrifying dreams be more than just random occurrences, but a call to heal your soul's history? If you believe your nightmares stem from past lives, dream exploration or regression techniques could offer valuable insight. Practices like hypnosis or working with a past life regression therapist can help uncover these buried memories, allowing you to address and resolve the trauma at its source. What if by facing these deep-seated fears, you could finally break free from the cycle of recurring nightmares? Exploring these past life connections might open a path to healing that transcends your current understanding of time and self. Now that you've uncovered some of the deeper reasons behind your nightmares, what are you going to do about it? Are these unsettling dreams simply your mind's way of coping with stress, or is there something more profound trying to communicate with you? Whether your nightmares are triggered by emotional turmoil, spiritual messages, or even echoes of past lives, you now hold the tools to explore and understand them. What if by taking action, through spiritual protection, emotional healing, or simply adjusting your sleep habits, you could transform your sleep into a space of peace rather than fear? Nightmares are powerful, but so are you. Don't let these dreams control your nights. Take control of the energy around you and within you. Have you ever tried using protective crystals or exploring your dreams through journaling? If you're curious to go deeper, the knowledge is within your reach, and now's the time to act. What steps will you take tonight to protect your mind and spirit from these disturbing dreams? Subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you don't miss out on more insights like these. Continue expanding your consciousness by watching the recommended video that you see on the screen right now.